If you know point of view, you know perspective. It's a noun. Definition, particular attitude towards something, a point of view. This will most likely appear on your state test in terms of an author's perspective, even though perspective can be used in terms of, if you're talking about photography or art, certain angles and points of view, but on your state test it will most likely ask you what's the author's perspective here in this piece. So that is the sentence example that I used in Langston Hughes' poem. What is his perspective on the importance of dreams? So if you can use point of view in a sentence, then you can use perspective in a sentence of your own. Remember, on one side of your card, do the word along with your sentence. And then on the other side, remember, do your definition. And then if you can come up with a good visual to help you remember the definition, put that there by your definition. Ben says he has a good one. I'm sure it is.
In Langston Hughes' poem, what is his perspective on the greatness of dreams?
Original. Carl.
Ben has a good perspective about the girl he likes.
Oh, come on.
Anyone else? Raylin.
With this new information, has your perspective changed?
With this new information, has your perspective changed? Good one. Here you go. Anyone else? Any other good sentences out there? Okay. No? Yes? No?
Well, can I get another piece of candy?
Of course I do.
In my perspective, everyone should care about it.
In my perspective, everyone should care about the environment. Awesome. You should get 2 for that. Tatiana.
You'll never understand the perspective of a character if you don't try to see through their eyes.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. Thank you guys for sharing.
Which one is it? Shadow Zone. Main circles are then it goes across.
What outline?
And then the earth is also connected to the crust, and to the mantle, outer core, and then the solid.
These words. Did you write these down?
The sphere.
Write the words down. Okay.
After it has shadows.
A bubble map. Is that what you guys call them? Yeah. You call it a bubble.
Crust is mantle. Man. Sunday. Yeah. It's much like an E. Alright, then after that it's lithosphere.
Every once in a while I'll write
And there's asthenosphere. I don't know how to spell it. I just guessed. Alright, then after mantle is outer core.
Connected to mental, is that outer core?
Yeah. And then inner core. And then it's solid, so I connect it solid.
To mantle and what?
inner core. Right. Is the mantle the same all the way
I would think she got a 4-star.
You would give her a 4-star?
I'd give her a 4.
Okay, how come?
Mantle is
Well, I mean, she got all the.
flowing, a solid layer.
Okay, so solid could work, but you might have to modify it, right? Because it's slow
She
flowing.
got all the quantities.
But you're right. I mean, you
got
could.
quantity,
You definitely could. Where did you put solid?
When I put solid,
Where'd you put
I
solid?
put solid like in the middle.
In the middle, next to which word?
Mantle. Yeah, like in the mantle.
No, you didn't put solid next to that. You put solid next to core.
Oh, I thought that was
No, that's
solid.
okay. Is that the inner core or the outer core? Yeah, I think you might want to modify that.
I mean, I said the
You're on
outer.
the right track.
You got all the aspirations in there, but you just didn't put them in order. So you got a 4-star. 4-star for you. Me, 5-star. Oh, you want to get this one? Pretty good. 5 star. 5 star. So how did you think I did?
You said you got a 5-star.
5 star? Good.
You got a 4.
You got me a 4? I read it 4. But I think you did a good job. Pound it.
You whatever. That's supposed to be inner core.
Yeah, me too.
Yours my best.
What do you think my expressions are in this paper? Why don't you know?
Pobre cerdito no tiene casa, ¿verdad? Entonces, cuando escuchas tu palabra, por ejemplo, si tengo tejado, cuando escucho mi palabra, voy a venir a poner mi palabra donde va. ¿Ok? ¿Entendieron? ¿Sí? ¿Sí? Okay, the 3 people back there. Casa de paja is this one, right? So if I have that word, I'm going to put it like on that, okay? If you have like the wolf or, you know, other things that it's obvious what it would go with, you want to make sure you do that. Okay? Yes, sir. Salieron a construir sus propias casas. And this first one. Okay. Sus propias casas. ¿No hay propias? Okay. El primer cerdito construyó su casa de paja. El segundo cerdito construyó su casa de palos. Y el tercer cerdito construyó su casa de ladrillos. Hang on, guys. Tienen que anotarlos en español primero como la casa de ladrillos. Aquí está, la casa de ladrillos es the brick house. ¿Ok? O, por ejemplo, el lobo feroz. ¿Qué es eso? Ferocious wolf. ¿Ok? Entonces van a poner el vocabulario acá que van a usar. ¿Ok? Y después dice, usa las palabras del cuento para recontarlo. What did we say, recontar? What do you think that means? To make it fall down, right? Dejarse? To let, right. So here, dice, and it can have different meanings, but here, no te dejo entrar, ¿qué significa? I will not let you in. Del pelo de mi bar...
Is the end. No puede tomar. Cerditos, little.
No, how do you say to build?
No, it's viven. Oh wait, they lived?
No, or do they?
So
construir.
vivieron.
No, do construct like if they have because they've been.
Oh yeah, because they built their house. Okay.
So just say like
Construyeron.
yeah.
Because it has to be in the preterite. Yeah. Construyeron.
So it's a Y.
Unas casas. Or los casas. Las casas. That made no sense.
Your kitten.
And then should we just start with like el primero
Say like la primera
casa.
Do you want to say the first house or the first?
The first pig built his house out of.
So el primero cerdito. Built. So construyó.
Yeah, su casa.
Okay.
Casa.
Otra vez importante.
They went to go build. Oh, 3 houses. That's not really here.
Yeah, I feel like era una vez habían 3 cerditos iban a construir sus propias casas.
Oh yeah, propias casas. Okay, that's good.
No, it's their.
Oh, okay. And then we can start talking like what houses they
Ya la
built.
primera, la segunda. El primer cerdito.
What types of houses were they?
The first pig had paja. Yeah.
No, like they went to go build. What house is the?
Well, we just said built their house to go build their house.
Okay.
And then so like
That's us.
el primer cerdito
Right? Okay.
construyó.
And you guys know that you don't have to put it word for word, right?
De paja.
You're just retelling the story your own words.
Fortune. O sea, like quería su fortuna y. Yeah. I'm just not even gonna eat the pigs. I know it's same. Poor pigs.
Okay. Do you have like a specific example of why you think a Japanese school would be different than ours, sir?
Their food would probably be better.
Their food would be better. Okay. So whatever the food is like in our school, the food in their school could be better. Do you like Asian food to start with? Chinese food, Japanese food? Cool. So he's looking forward to food, and I don't mind talking about food in school, but other things about schools that might be different over there?
I think there'd be more people,
More people,
more kids, and more teachers, maybe.
like bigger schools,
Bigger
bigger classrooms, more students in the classroom. That would be scary to me because this is plenty of people for me. Okay, if there was much more people than this, I'd be a little nervous about that. Sir, dress codes? Nice. How do you guys feel about dress codes? Has anybody gone to a school that's had a dress code before? Private school, maybe elementary school, middle school. Okay. Are you glad to not be in that dress code anymore?
Yeah.
All right. So, what would we say if they did have dress codes? To me, I don't know. Is that maybe more of a more strict school setting, like more rule? Find a couple vocab words in the article that will help us understand what Japanese schools are like. And this is where your highlighter is going to come in handy. So if you guys have your highlighter, here's your article. It is simply called Daily Life in Japanese High Schools. And this kind of walks us through a typical day for a teenager that goes to high school in Japan.
Let's put our names on it.
Alright, so we have certain words that are embedded in this article, and I can help you find them, but here are the words that we're trying to find, and I do not speak Japanese, so I'll do my best, okay? I'll say this is Toban, Osoji, Senpai, Kohai, and these last two go together. It's Juku and Yobiko. Judge me all you want, okay? We need to find those words and highlight them in our article. And I can help you guys find where they are. So on the first page, in the bottom left paragraph where it says at school, it's kind of like in italicized writing. It says Toban. Do you guys see Toban? It's right down here. Okay. We need Toban in the at school section. If we go over to the next column, right in the middle of the page, in the small paragraph, there's Osoji. Everybody finding Osoji right on the edge of the page? Okay, if we go to the paragraph below that, we have extracurricular activities. There's two words right next to each other. It's the one on the board, senpai, and the one right after it, kohai. Do you guys see those in italicized writing? And our last two words are on the back page. And we have Juku and Yobiko, and they're in the top, or the second paragraph where it says cram schools. Do you guys see those two words up there? Cram schools, second sentence down. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, but those last two words kind of go together. All right? Now, this is a fairly lengthy article, so we just want to focus on these 6 words for right now. And this is the next page I'm going to give you. If you guys could look up here, I will explain how this works, okay? Your page is going to look like this. All right, we're going to take those words that we just highlighted, and they're at the top of the page, and we're going to put one at a time in the circle in the middle of the page. Okay, so our first word is Toban. And for that word, we're going to do 4 things to help us understand this article. Okay? The first one in the top left-hand corner says definition or description. Wherever we just highlighted Toban in the article, we are going to read about it and write a definition or description of Toban in this top left box. Okay? And that's just right from the paragraph that you read in. I would say that's a sentence or 2. Okay? The second thing I want you guys to go is to go to the top right-hand box. And it says, give an example from Japanese schools or from Japanese culture. So give an example of what that looks like. You've explained it here, but give a specific way that it shows up in Japanese schools right there. Maybe look for a number or a statistic or something more specific than what you wrote in the first box. Okay? You've done the top 2 boxes. We'll go down here to this. It says compare and contrast to American high schools. You guys are American high schoolers. But we're trying to learn about a different culture and make comparisons to see what our schools are like versus theirs. So I want you guys to take whatever that topic is and whatever you learned about it and see what that looks like in this country, in America, and give a comparison or a contrast so that we're comparing 2 cultures together. And then lastly, I want to see, this is the most fun box for me, I want to see your guys' personal opinion of that topic of Japanese school. Do you think it's a good thing that they do that? Do you think it's a bad thing that they do that? Would you want to do that if you lived in a school in a country that practiced that? So this is completely you responding to that topic, okay? We're gonna have a couple sentences here, a sentence or 2 here, okay? A sentence or 2 here, and then this is your personal opinion in that box. Now, this same format is going to be repeated over and over for the rest of the words. So we did Toban at the top. There's going to be another one right below it, Osoji, and then one for each one of those. And you're going to fill in 4 boxes for all of our vocab words today. Okay? That was a lot of instruction all at one time. Let's see if there's any questions. I'll leave this on the board for you guys to look at. If you need a reminder.
And I live in a van down by the river.